Telluride, Angelina Jolie and Pablo Larraín on reactions to Maria singing opera and celebrity. It certainly was the hardest thing I've ever done, Jolie tells THR about playing the legendary opera singer Maria Callas, adding, "Where we really connect is in our dedication to our work, our vulnerability, our loneliness, and our love of communicating with an audience." On Sunday, less than 24 hours after the Telluride Film Festival's North American premiere of Maria, a drama about the roller coaster life of the legendary opera singer Maria Callas, The Hollywood Reporter sat down with its star, Angelina Jolie, and director, Pablo Larraín, for a wide-ranging conversation. Jolie said of playing Callas, in a performance for which she is generating white-hot Best Actress Oscar buzz, "It certainly was the hardest thing I've ever done." Why? On the most literal level, the girl-interrupted Oscar winner had to learn how to sing opera and then do so in front of others live and on camera. Her voice was ultimately blended with Callas's in the final product. But beyond that, she clearly feels a personal bond with La Divina, who died in 1977, the age of 53, when Jolie was just 2. Both, Jolie acknowledged, could be described as world-famous performers. Icons, as Larraín puts it, to whom the public and critics weren't always kind and whose relationships were often dissected by strangers, which took a major toll on them. But, she emphasized, where we really connect is in our dedication to our work, our vulnerability, our loneliness, and our love of communicating with an audience. Jolie also spoke with Rebecca Keegan for this week's THR cover story. A transcript of the conversation, lightly edited for clarity and brevity, appears below. Jolie, it's just such a wonder. There's such a warmth among the people, even among the press. Jolie, it's such a relaxed environment for everybody to be in, and there's so much time to see each other's work and support each other's projects. It's as it should be, all about the work and less about presentation. You guys came here directly from your world premiere in Venice? Larraín, such a different rhythm over there. So intense. Super beautiful. It's organized chaos. And then here it's so relaxed and people are really into the movies, everyone's seeing 2 or 3 films a day at least. It's the only film festival where you can see movies when you have a movie in the festival. I've seen 3 films. It's unusual. Jolie, we saw Nora this morning. And what have you made of the reactions here to your film? Larraín, I like it when people take the film in the way that we felt it and did it, that it's not entirely rational, it's more in an emotional space, which is what music is. Is something that is mostly an emotional experience. And I think Maria Callas did that and took the emotional experience to a different level in the operatic world. The aim of this film is to try to do that somehow. I think people are connecting with that and it's beautiful. Angelina, do you take a peek at what people are writing? Jolie, I never read reviews. Not the good or the bad. I actually have read the bad in the past when I've directed because I'm curious about what is or isn't landing. They've been pretty good for this one. Jolie, yeah, I've heard through people I trust and love. And I'll ask Pablo if there's a concern or if there's something misunderstood. But yeah, this film is so new for me. We just put this out and I'm so emotionally connected to it that it means a lot for people to be kind or open to it. I suspect I know the answer to this, but why are you so emotionally connected to this film in particular? Is there more of you personally in it, or is it the amount of prep and work that went into it, or something else? Jolie, I haven't fully analyzed that myself. It certainly was the hardest thing I've ever done. Anytime you're playing a real person whose life has meant so much to people, you think of that individual and you carry that responsibility. On this one, I really felt that every step. When you walk inside someone else's footsteps, you connect to them, and on this one in particular, which is about the last days of her life, Pablo, some people refer to your last 3 movies, 2016's Jackie, 2021 Spencer, and now Maria, as a trilogy. Do you? Larraín, I never planned to make 3 movies. I was invited to do Jackie by Darren Aronofsky, and then we thought about doing Spencer, and then before that movie was over, we invited Angie to play Callas. So it's like an accidental 3 movies that have some form of connection. They're all about 20th century female icons. Maria and Jackie were both involved with Aristotle Onassis. Princess Diana was kind of haunted by Anne Boleyn, who Maria is singing about. And they all died too young. Anything else? Larraín, I guess they were all dealing with very strong relationships, and they have in common that they all were able to find their own place on Earth by themselves, not related to a man, basically related to their real identity, I think. But yeah, there are connections because they basically shaped a big chunk of what we understand of the second half of the last century. Angelina, I don't think you've sung before in films, and I don't know if you had a particular interest in Maria Callas before this. Pablo, what made you think of Angelina for the part? Larraín, it's a little bit embarrassing to say this in front of her. Jolie, yeah, I kind of feel like you shouldn't say it. Larraín, but I'll do it, of course. We met twice in previous years before we connected on this. When I thought about enormous mystery that Maria Callas had, I thought, she, Jolie, can do that. There's a lot that you need to imagine and complete, and I think cinema is about what we as an audience can complete. And then the discipline. A movie like this requires a lot of discipline, not just to prepare for the role, but to hold it as you shoot it. Angelina is someone who is there to work. She is a worker like everyone else in that set. And then, having someone that would be called La Diva by all the other characters who would have that sort of energy, that presence, and she obviously has that. This woman, Callas, is an icon, and we needed to have an icon play another icon. What makes an icon? If I would be able to explain it, then it would be a formula and people could just recreate it. It's not possible. Sorry, Angelina, I had to say it. Jolie, I'm embarrassed. Laughs. This movie raises an interesting thing about celebrity. Callas was such a huge name in her time, but today, probably 9 out of 10 people on the street wouldn't know who she was. Larraín, especially in the US. Jolie in the US, yeah. Angelina, she died when you were just 2. What, if anything, did you know about her prior to this project coming along? Jolie, I knew some of her music, I knew of her, but so much of this was a discovery for me. I hope what audiences find is that there was so much research done into what we believe she really was like, the human being behind the voice and behind the image. Maybe not behind the voice, because the voice is the woman. But I think even if I'd read biographies on her, I wouldn't have understood her until I stepped in and kind of felt her. I hope more people discover her in opera and go to the opera and listen to opera. It's really a transformative, unique art form. I think it does something to our souls that is essential.